If I told you that some of the biggest opportunities I have had in my career didn't come because I had thousands of followers, would you believe me? Now, I have about 1,500 followers on Instagram and almost 1,000 on YouTube at the time of filming this video. Yet, I have had the opportunity to work with government officials, creative festivals. Like, if I begin to mention their names, you would know them. And I repeat, do not have 2,000 followers. I think I'm one of those people who care less about their followers in terms of like numbers. Yes, it would be nice to reach more people, but at the moment, I am not obsessed about it. The real impact I am making is what I am more concerned about. And here is the surprising part. None of these opportunities came because I went viral. None. Not a single one. So if you're a creative or in any kind of business and you are waiting to have everything figured out, if you're a creative, you're waiting to have the best chair, the best camera, more followers, or even more experience before putting yourself out there, this video is for you. Let's get right into it. Hi, my name is Olayemi and I'm a visual storyteller, a creative strategist, a video editor, a cinematographer, and I love to say that whatever it is you're looking for in media, call me. And I'm also a medical scientist who moved from the medical side to media and is doing well. Yes, I can say so myself. And I add that to tell you that you can pivot anytime you want and still do great at it. For the longest time, I believed that there was a checklist I needed to complete to be able to access bigger opportunities, but that is a very big lie. You might be thinking, oh, I need to have a better camera, more experience, a big number of following, and all of that. Now, I would be sharing 5 lessons that I have learned on this journey for a decade now. Ooh. I've come a long way. I have. So let's go straight into the lesson. Lesson 1. People hire trust before they hire talent. I'll repeat that. People hire trust before they hire talent. One thing I have noticed is that many opportunities that has come my way has been through people. Maybe a creative I worked with, a member in church that saw my work and referred me, someone I met in a community and asked what I did. A month later, the conversation turned into work. People hire trust before they hire talent. Both works together. Your network isn't people who just know your name. It's people who have confidence in your work. And that brings us to lesson number 2. Every job is an interview for the next one. Before I dive right into that, let me tell you guys a story. Last year in 2025, I got to document a partnership meeting between Lagos State and Sweden government. Yes, that was big for me. And thinking back on how I got that job, story time. I resigned from my 9 to 5 in January 2025 and I decided to go full-time freelancing and building my own business. And at that time, there was really no job coming for me. And I saw a program that was posted on Instagram and it was volunteers that they were calling for. And as at 2025, I can beat my chest that I have grown in the work I have been doing and I was good. Yes, I was good. But I still volunteered. Volunteering is never outdated. And I reached out to the lady. I was like, oh, I would like to volunteer as a media person for this program. I have an iPhone to shoot. I can edit and all of that. And she was like, oh, no problem. And she brought me into the team, added me, and also mentioned that we would be giving, I think, 7,000 naira for... We're given 7,000 naira for data. So just say thank you because it was an unpaid job, but they wanted to, give us something to compensate. So imagine I went for a program, I left my house, I got there, I think 6:37 and started making videos, editing on the spot. Like I was shooting and editing on the spot and delivering. And after the event, which was free, remember, I went home with the other videos I had to submit, and I edited everything and submitted in, I think, 2 days. When I was done with that work, remember, it was a volunteering experience. I got a call from someone who I also met there, but wasn't the person I was reporting to directly. And she just called me and she was like, oh, so is looking for an opportunity for a videographer. She didn't even tell me who it was for. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm open to it. And that was how I got the job for a commissioner in Lagos State. And I had to like go back to call her that, oh, okay, we were like 3 or 4 persons on this team volunteering. Why was it me? And she said something that I would forever hold dear to my heart, because excellence is at the peak of everything I do. I love to do an excellent job. And your work ethic is so important. So this is what she told me. She said that the person who was our team lead was the one who recommended me. And the reason I think that person also did that, because I think I went back to that person to also call her like, oh, thank you, I got a call from this person. And the reason she recommended me was because out of the 4 of us who volunteered for that event, I was the only one out of the 4 who had submitted all their videos, and it was over 2 weeks already, and the other people haven't. So even if it was a free work I was doing, I was diligent at it, I was excellent, my work ethic was good. And that puts me, and the grace of God, yes, the grace of God, more important, the grace of God, but it was also backed up by the attributes or the traits that I already showed. You get that? We are on lesson number 2, and I said every job is an interview for the next one. See every project as an audition for the next opportunity. So whether I'm documenting a partnership meeting, whether I'm shooting CCI documentary for their free school, even if I am doing a volunteer job, a fashion project, a creative project, I am seeing each project as an audition for the next one. I want to leave people saying, I would like to work with that person again. Hold that in your left hand and don't use it to eat a bar. Sometimes your next client is watching you through your current client. On to lesson number 3. Talk about what you do. Talk about what you do. I'm a big advocate of that, and that's why I always say post your work, use social media well. I'm going to give another example because I am sharing from experience. When I was moving houses, I was moving to a location which was quite far from, the town. And I was like, okay, I might not be able to go out to shoot every time, so I want to double down on getting video editing gigs. But people knew me more on that I was a cinematographer, and also when I shoot, I edit, but they didn't know me solely as a video editor. But I wanted to also be known at that in that period of my life. So I went for an event I was volunteering at, and I was speaking to someone, and I told her, oh, this is what I do. I'm a video editor and this, and she was like, oh, that's nice, give me your contact. And she got my contact, but I didn't get hers. So I was waiting 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The 4th week, she messaged me and she was like, oh, I remember you said you're a video editor, I have some works, can you deliver like by tomorrow? In the span of 4 weeks, I worked with her on, I think, 4 projects. I edited 4 to 5 videos for her just because I spoke about my work. So this talk about what you do, it has changed a lot for me. It has changed the game for me, and I want you to hold that. I'm not just talking to creatives, I'm talking to anybody running a business. Talk about what you do. Because before I used to think, oh, my work could speak for me, speak about your work. Speak about your work. I've learned that people can't hire what they do not know exists. I would repeat that. People cannot hire what they do not know exists. So if you don't talk about your work, I've had so many experiences of me talking about my work, and that's the reason they remember me and call me for work. It's this saying of top of mind, tip of tongue. Like when you are in someone's mind because you've said something, I don't know if that's the literal meaning, but that's how I interpret it. So when I tell you something and I'm top of your mind, tip of tongue, like I'm the next person you would call. I don't know if that's how it was interpreted, but that's how I interpret it. So talk about your work. Talk about your work. People would not hire what they do not know exists. So many opportunities have happened for me just because I literally shared what I do. So please talk about your work. Talk about your work. Just by being able to communicate the value that I bring, I've gotten amazing opportunities. So talk about your work. Lesson number 4. Stop waiting for the perfect camera. Stop waiting for all the funds. Stop waiting to have that oven. Stop waiting to have that big break. Because now I'm not talking to just creatives. Stop waiting for the perfect camera. Stop waiting. Whatever it is you have put it in it, stop waiting for it to be perfect. And this word is very personal to me. I do not have a personal camera. Tada! And I have worked on some of the biggest projects. Like, I wish I could mention some of their names, but I wish I could even tell you guys my current work or who I currently work with, but I'm still keeping it on the wraps. Maybe by the 3rd month, I'll tell you guys. I genuinely believe that you can start small. You can start with what you have, because that's how you build experience. So it's not until you have the biggest equipment that you can have big clients. I don't have a camera now. I remember someone coming to me to shoot a podcast for 6 days, which was 4 episodes. And I put together a contract. I put together like everything that I needed. I broke it down, renting cameras. I didn't have a cameraman, but I knew where I could get. So what is stopping me? If I know that I can rent those things, build this person, this particular amount. So you don't have to have everything perfect. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Subscribe. So many clients I have worked with, right? They care more about how I can tell the story, how I can communicate their value, rather than whether I have a big camera, an Osmo Pocket, a Canon ZV-E10, whatever it is. They could care less about that, as long as I do what? I give them value for what they want. Lesson number 5. Excellence travels. Good work has a way of moving. People recommend who makes their life easier. People remember professionals. They remember good work ethic. They remember how smooth their experience was with you. They remember the person who communicates well. They remember someone who delivers on time. They remember someone who shows up prepared. Excellence creates opportunities long after you have left the room. So, do excellent work. If you're waiting to have 10,000 followers, 1 million followers, or you're waiting till you can afford that dream camera, that dream this, that dream that, or you're waiting till you feel experienced enough, let this be your reminder that the opportunities you're waiting for may not be waiting for a bigger audience. They may be waiting for you to become trustworthy, consistent, and excellent with what you already have. And that's certainly been true for me every single step of the way. I'm still growing. I still have goals I am working on. But one thing I have learned is that your follower count might get you noticed. Your character, your work, your excellence, and your professionalism are what keeps opportunities coming. If this encourages you, I would love to know what's one thing you have been waiting for before putting yourself out there. Let me know in the comments. Keep creating, keep improving, keep showing up. Never know who is watching and thinking, I would love to work with that person. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. Bye.